So this is the old town of Lombard, or what was the town of Lombard, which kind of basically went completely abandoned by 1960. This whole foundation down here, these foundations and some of these old stoves and garbage. This is the old hotel. So there was a hotel here even. There was a post office, a general store. But this is the old railroad. If you see the bridge here, this is the old Montana Railroad that came about here, and right where my truck is parked here, that is the old Trestle, and the Trestle heads out through the canyon, and that's where we're gonna go walking. Obviously, we're walking along the old train trestle. Now this is 16 Mile Creek. So 16 Mile Creek obviously runs so east-west, really, out of the Bridger Mountain. But the 16 Mile Creek, and imagine the thousands of years that the creek has wore down through these layers to get to where it is today. It's sort of mind-blowing. Well, we'll head through this gate. We'll continue down the trestle here. This basically follows 16 Mile Creek, the entire distance to another ghost town called Modlo. So let's move some of this stuff. Now that very much looks like Latrodectus webbing. But I'm gonna say that these are Linophiidae. I don't see any gumfoot strands, and then I don't see any gumfoot strands, and at the same time, I don't see any egg sacs. That doesn't rule out Latrodectus, because it could be a juvenile, and a juvenile female can make a considerable amount of webbing. And at the same time, there's Linophiidae in there, and those Linophiidae can very much look Latrodectus-like. So, you know, I'm on the cusp with these ones, but we're gonna go with Linophiidae. Normally choke cherries are really bitter. These ones are actually sweet in here. Well, this is shit and it's not that interesting, but it's the size of it's so huge. And then just look at the pits from the choke cherries. Just feasting on choke cherries. Now, you know, this is late August, so we can consider this hyperphagia. But where that, you know, corresponds with the black bears, this is black bear country, we got to be very careful, obviously. Black bears, rattlesnakes, blah, 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 you know, Montana. So that's our bear. That's our bear that's been eating all the choke cherries. I would assume. That's a large bear. That's a male. That is a male. He's got a lump on his back a bit. So a big black bear. I'll have to back out of here a bit because he's coming this way. Hey, bear! Hey, bear! So he's kind of hightailing it. I gotta make sure though. We're kind of raining on his parade here because, you know, it's August. He's trying to get some berries in him. Now I have to yell at him because that'll scare him off, and you gotta be the bigger bear when it comes to bears. So I gotta go get the rest of my people here as I had them go back on the other side of the bridge until I could figure this out. So there's our bear just on the other side of the river, heading up the slope. So the bear's heading up slope here. There he is, glowing orange. I don't know if you can see him. I can't even see him in the camera, but there he goes. You center your front frame there. And that's a good enough distance for us. He knows we're here, and he knows that we know he's there. So I think we're good. Right, boy? Right, boy? That's Big Bear. Huh? The railroads, these interesting structures and things along these abandoned railroads, and I don't know what this was, but we got a hole here, and we got a juvenile black widow. That is a, if I can get the camera to focus, that's a female. Very pretty juvenile female with her juvenile markings, those flares along the side of her body. Hopefully the camera is focusing on that. I can't really tell by looking at the screen because the sun is so bright. Beautiful coloration and markings of juveniles, and again they will be, you know, those are those omochromes. Those omochrome pigments, over time she will blacken, and all of those, after a few molts, all of those colors go away and she's black. Beautiful little spider. So this is kind of the height or elevation where that'll be our cutoff for Latrodectus. Is right in here. Well, there's an egg sac. So there's an egg sac there. I'm gonna get out here and I'll take a look at that. Large, very large egg sac. Some darkling beetles beneath it here. It's like darkling beetles is prey, and then latticework heading up inside here. Lots of webbing up here. That's impressive. Oh, there, that is her hide there. Okay, so that's her hide up in there. Nice lattice work, real impressive web structure here. This is all webbing. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but this whole area is actually webbing. Webbing there. This gets kind of hit and miss as we get up higher here. That's a nice bit of webbing there. I think I almost see a spider in that one. Maybe I'll get up here and park. We'll come back, take a look at that one real quick. This is real steep in here, so I can't park just anywhere. Nice egg sac here. It's the heat of the day here, and this is very hot. It's very hot out. Another solitary egg sac. Now you can see the hole in that sac. So those spiderlings have already dispersed. So here's the spiderlings. If the camera can focus on those, it probably has a hard time seeing that. But that is our group of spiderlings. Looks like a couple hundred. The exposed empty egg sac there, and you can probably see the hole in it on the top there. And now she may leave that egg sac there as these spiderlings mature and disperse. She may leave that egg sac there, and she may utilize it as a dummy egg sac or a scarecrow egg sac. And then she will have a new egg sac with viable babies, and she will bring that out. And this one will sit right in front of those ones as kind of a buffer, as kind of a scarecrow behind her viable egg sacs that she'll be able to move in and out. This one will become simply a scarecrow. The little white and gold bodies of the Latrodectus hesperus spiderlings. So this elevation is basically the cutoff of Latrodectus. So, like I say, in Montana, about close to 5,000 feet being the cutoff. So between 16 Mile Creek drainage that we were just in, between the Trestle there and 16 Mile Creek, up over the pass here, down to where we are, again, we're into Latrodectus, and we'll get some farther down. But the top of that, as we went over the rise between the two gulches, we're just not going to see them. And the reason is it's too high in elevation, and I don't know why that matters, because they can handle severe winter. So it's not the cold of winter that's keeping them from going up high. I think it has something to do with air pressure or something along the lines of that. Air pressure and altitude has something to do with why we can't find Latrodectus higher here. Now I don't know that for sure, but that is my intuition. There's a thesis for you. There's some doctorate work there if you're looking for doctorate work. Figure that one out.